Good morning, my name is Yamyl Rivalta and today I will be presenting you my research about the movie The Day After Tomorrow. Climate change is one of the most significant problems that the human race has faced in its whole existence. In the film The Day After Tomorrow, director Roland Emmerich works with the problem of global warming and the possible catastrophic consequences of it, specifically due to the change of wind current in the Atlantic Ocean at the beginning of the 21st century. Our societies are currently facing drastic change in weather conditions, such as higher temperatures and a longer duration of seasons because of greenhouse gases effect. The purpose of this investigation is analyzing how the movie offers an eco-critical point of view about nature conservation and the effects of climate change in the soil towards the point of view of the main character, Jack Hall. Hall touches these aspects with his active role, care, social interactions, and selflessness. Jack Hall manifests an active role in the conservation of the environment, promoting a radical position from the governments of the planet to put a stop and control the indiscriminate exploitation of natural resources and soil. Humans must act to prevent an ecological catastrophe, and it should not matter the economical price of this, because the price of doing nothing will be much higher. A militant attitude will pressure the powerful to put a stop to the indiscriminated contamination of the soil and environment. They must apply politics that protect and benefit the environment. Just with a joint action, people can make a real change. When Hall is questioned about the high cost it would imply applying politics that decrease the impact of global warming, he answers that the cost of doing nothing could be even higher. The protagonist is committed to the conservation of nature from an active perspective, since he understands that with a militant attitude, people will be able to achieve something different. A perfect test to world connection is that if we do not get conscious of what is happening around us, then we are indifferent, which means that in the absence of any relevant evidence, a relational agent will distribute their credence or degrees of beliefs equally amongst all the possible outcomes under consideration. This means that if humans do not acquire consciousness about the negative effect of implementing poor politics, others will think for us and condemn society to destruction. Jack Hall has the trait of a caring person, since he worries for the good of the environment and is motivated to fight for it. Jack Hall's motivations are his family, friends, and saving the world from catastrophe, since he works studying and trying to prevent the damaging effects of global warming so his descendants will have a home where they can live. His caring attitude towards the planet is a live image of consciousness, for he knows how harmful would be climate change for humankind. The evidence for this statement is that, according to Yamyl, motivations is that start, direct, maintain, and stop our behaviors. We can make a test to world connection here, since there are a lot of people who do not care what could happen to the world, so their motivations ignore completely or in significant part the issue of climate change. People acquire conscious from extreme moments, Arena et al. 1. So humans may start caring about climate change when the consequences start affecting them dramatically. Being social is a characteristic that describes Jack Hall, and this trait is essential for his efforts to preserve nature and the resources that are located in its soil. Socialization is a key element for the development of an eco-critical thinking and cohesion of a movement capable of confronting those who just care about their personal enrichment and ignore the catastrophe they are causing to our entire kind. Our way to socialize with others have also affected how we interact with nature, being the interactions that humankind have had with nature during the last centuries dysfunctional. Jose Schenkman defines social interactions as particular forms of externalities in which the actions of a reference group affect an individual preferences. A test toward connection is that our way to socialize with others have also affected how we interact with nature, being the interactions that humankind have had with nature during the last centuries dysfunctional. As Saga and Gaston say, direct interactions between people and nature are critically important in many ways, with growing attention particularly on their impacts on human health and well-being, both positive and negative, on people's attitudes and behaviors towards nature, and on the benefits and hazards to wildlife. A responsible environmental interaction is key to achieve a healthy coexistence with what surrounds us. Jack Hall's capability to think beyond himself and worry for those aspects that affect humanity make him a selfless person and able to establish relations, which are based on bonds that define the way we are and behave. Hall is a selfless man that worries for the future of the environment and the management of its land resources, being in a totally different page in comparison with those people who make the decisions about the future of humanity. His dedication for what he does, which is working for the environment, is also one of his ways to show affection towards his loved ones. Relations are defined as all types of interactions among people through conflicts, cooperative efforts, and group relations. A test toward connection is that the world is full of people that only care for themselves and ignore that we are beings of community, escaping from the opportunity of personal growth and gaining wisdom. Adult 1. People must understand that by worrying for those aspects that surround us, being one of them the environment and soil, we gain wisdom and grow as better individuals. Here are the clips from the movie that I am using as support. The first one is the scene where Jack Hall warns global leaders of the negative effects of global warming for humankind. The second is a scene where he talks with his son and tells him what to do to survive the catastrophe. The third one is the scene where he tells the members of Noah the new climatic order, and the fourth one is the scene where he rescues his son and his friends. The film The Day After Tomorrow offers an eco-critical point of view about nature, conservation, and the effects of climate change in the soil towards the point of view of the main character, Jack Hall. Hall touches these aspects with his active role in conserving the environment, caring for others, social interactions, and selflessness. It exposes the effects of global warming and how it affects our soil and lives. Human beings must learn to use their traits to forge a close and sustainable relation with the environment. We are responsible for taking care of the only home that we have. Understanding that the current course is not the appropriate to ensure the survival of the species is a key step for building an eco-friendly world, where humans and nature can live in harmony. Here are the references I used for this research. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. It has been a pleasure taking class with all of you during this semester.